Morning guys, beautiful Saturday morning. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I don't tend to stay in bed long, so I thought I'd get up, and the Skyline's now road registered, so I can have a bit of a drive and show you some spots locally that are good for photos and good for a bit of a drive out. I'm at, in Castle Paddock at the moment. It's super sunny this morning, should have got the sunglasses out. Beautiful autumn morning, all the leaves are dropped. So Skyline arrived a couple of weeks ago, thanks to help from James Cass and Terry Baker for helping me bring it over. Couldn't have done it without them, so I really appreciate that. Picked up from the Bristol docks. Did a few bits to it, just to, well, maintenance wise really, oil changes, just put semi-slicks on, put my own bride seat in, got rid of the other one, and also the Nardi steering wheel as well. So sort of quick spec on it really of what I can remember. Visually, carbon boot with a bit of colour on the back just to make it look a bit better. Nismo style lip, the Ray's RB20DETs, they're 9.5 on the back, 8.5 on the front. Carbon bonnet as well, both bonnet and boot single skin. R34 front splitter, usual sort of GTR front end. Type M seals, Type M spats. That's sort of it visually really. It's, I don't want to go anything extreme on it, it's going to pretty much stay as it is. And then sort of suspension and brakes, R33 GTR brakes front and rear. Got Casco coilovers, Casco front and rear strut braces. All the lower arms, front and rear, all adjustable as well. So it's it must have been a track car rather than a drift car, I think, back in Japan. Great setup really. It seems to drive well. It's a bit lethal in the wet, but in the dry it's got loads of grip. Performance wise, just getting R34 front mount intercooler. Got a 3-inch exhaust, well, 3.5-inch centre section to 3-inch rear. Just had to reduce the noise a bit for Castle decibel limits. It was running 108, and it's now running about 98, so we're just under the limit really. So it still produces a nice little sound, but nothing too extreme. We're just off of junction 17 M4, just outside of Chippenham now, and this is the Hallavington Airfield Barrack / M4 karting. If you'd like taking a few pictures, it's quite a good spot to do it. They've got these grass covered big hangars. They're to take photos in front of. We have done a meet here before, which is quite cool. There's not quite enough room, as much room as we wanted, but they do have karting on at the same time, so it's not so bad. You can probably also hear my diff in the background. I reckon it must be a plated two-way or something, because it's very aggressive. It could do with actually a bit more slip, to be honest, but it's all in good time. I'm feeling really cheeky. You could go past the M4 karting hangars and sneak onto the proper airfields. Now keep on the right hand side as you go down here, because obviously this is MOD property. However, there are houses down the very right hand side of this airfield, so you are allowed down to the houses. And then just beyond the houses there's a couple of cool hangars to take photos and stuff again, or video shots if that's what you do. Yeah, so on Lavington, just keep all the way to the right, just to sort of keep out of the way of the MOD lads more than anything. Don't really want to cause any trouble. There are some pretty nasty potholes on the way up here. I wouldn't bother going out to the left, again that's main airfield, and just don't want to get caught out there really. But if you go down here and then round to the right, there's a couple of cool hangars again to take photos, maybe video shots, etc. They do on the left hand side here, on the bigger airfield section, they do track days, motorsport events run track days here, and they're not expensive. They're about I think they're 110 quid last time I checked for the day. So if you're a sort of a beginner at track days, it's nice to do an open airfield track day, because there's nothing to hit. So yeah, these are the rear hangars at Lavington. As I say, some pretty cool sort of rustic looking hangars. Again, cool for photos and stuff. Just to go back to the sort of spec on the Skyline, engine wise, I had it on the dyno at Circuit Motorsport when it first arrived. It's running 312 on low boost and 340 on high boost, although we've got some issues with the high boost at the minute. It fluctuates, so I've got to get that sorted. So yeah, front mount intercooler from an R34. We've got a fuel pressure regulator and Nismo fuel pump, Truss turbo, Apexy filters, R32 MAF, hard pipe kit. Yeah, I mean that's really it, to be honest, for what it's running. Grady boost controller.